What's up guys, welcome back to Diddy Reviews. Now you may remember a while back I did a review on the Aerocool Astro 12 Pro fans, and so basically what I'm going to do today is another set of fans from Aerocool, which is the Aerocool Duo 12 Pro. These were sent over to me by Aerocool, so I want to say massive thanks to those for sending them. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to unbox these, show you what's in the package, what you get, and then basically I'll install them in the system and we'll see what they perform like and actually what they look like. I'll get straight into it. I hope you guys enjoy it. Please don't forget to subscribe, give it a thumbs up or thumbs down, and leave some comments depending on what you think. It's all welcome, and we'll get into it. So cheers guys. So this is the Duo 12 Pro by Aerocool. As you can see, this is a 3-fan set, and you get the remote control and your hub included, which you do need to use for this. You can't connect them directly to your motherboard, which is a bit of a pain. If your hub goes faulty, then basically all the fans are unusable until you get a new hub, which is a bit of a pain, like I say, but hopefully they'll be pretty good. So just have a quick look around. These are addressable RGB. Tells you a little bit about it on the side in all different sorts of languages. And on the back it gives you a setup guide here, so you can look at how to connect this up. And then it also gives you a few more details down here. So there are 1000 RPM fans and 33.4 CFMs. So let's take a look inside. Inside here we've got a little bag of goodies. Let's put that out of the way for a second. And basically what we've got in here is the remote control, so you can change all your settings on that. Some zip ties for tidying all your cables up. Simple zip ties there, so you can tidy them up nicely. A little pad here, basically, so you can stick the controller anywhere you want, inside your case, outside your case, whichever you want to do with that. And then we've also got the controller here itself, which comes with all the cables pre-attached. As you can see on this, you've got 3 here and 3 here for connection of your fans, so you have 6 on this. It would be good if you could have a few more, but that's the way it is. And then you've also got, you can add RGB strips to the end here, which are 5-volt strips, and you can also got a third-party RGB. I'm not quite sure how that works because they're like a different pin setup, but we'll have to have a look at that at some point. And then your power connectors in the end here, and your motherboard and reset connectors are here as well. So it means basically you can connect it to your reset button of your case, and then you can. Sorry, no, you can't connect it to your reset button. In this case, you've got a reset button here that you can use to change your settings on it, rather than, so you've got a physical way of changing it rather than your remote control. And all your cables connected there. Like I say, SATA power connection instead of Molex, which is really good to see. Because no one wants to use Molex these days. So we've got that there. So that's the accessories you get with it. And then in the box itself, it brings back over, you get 3 packs of screws. There isn't one in there, but I can't find it at the moment. Get some packs of screws to fit them to your case. And then you get the fans themselves. So 3 fans in here. I'll just pull one out to show you. Now, having a look at it at the moment, as you can see, the light loop goes around the outside here, on the front and the back, so if you're using the exhaust as well, you'll still be able to see your lights, which is really good. And also you've got anti-vibration mounts on all the corners, both sides, which is really good as well. Obviously your air comes in this way and comes out the back, and that's how that works. Cables connected, you can't daisy chain these are just a 6-pin proprietary connection, so you have to use the hub for these. The blades themselves are a sort of white translucent sort of colour to help the light shine through them, and obviously the same on the light loop to disperse the light a little bit better without showing individual LEDs. And obviously we'll see how that looks once we get it connected up to the system. In terms of quality, there's absolutely no flex. They're very solid, no flex in the frame, which is really good. And then the hub itself, there's hardly any movement there either, so I mean this looks a really well made set of fans. And that's that guys. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect these up and then we'll show you them properly. Cheers. Right, there we have the Duo 12 Pro fans. As you can see, I think they look pretty amazing. I think you'll agree with me if you're into RGB, obviously. And have many different features you can go through. You can cycle through different colours and stuff. And I've basically set them up on this case, so the reset button changes those. Now, especially for the price we're talking about here, between £30 and £40 for a 3-pack. However, it was hard for me to find a pack of 3 on the internet at the moment in the UK. But I did manage to find some on eBay for £37 for a set of 3 with the hub, and on eBay they're about £11.60 a fan. So they're actually a really good price. When you compare this to the likes of your Corsair thermal takes, things like that, they're actually really well priced. So let's talk about thermals. Now in terms of idle temperatures, they're pretty much the same. You're looking at 33 on the CPU and 29 on GPU, which is very similar to that of the Eclipse fans which come with this case. Now in terms of testing these, obviously I've put my whole system in this case here. I can't test it against anything else, but if you look back at my Astro 12 video, which I'll put up in the corner, you can see what my other fans did in my Corsair case, and they're not actually bad at all when you compare it to that, given that is a massive full tower case. Now we'll go on to Unigine superposition. A little bit of a weird one here. The CPU averages are 48 for these fans and 47 for the Eclipse, but the GPU are 53 and 54 for the Eclipse. So a little bit weird there, but they are pretty much the same, to be honest with you. Then if we go into Shadow of the Tomb Raider, sorry, I'm just keep looking at the screen. We're going to Shadow of the Tomb Raider. On the CPU, got an average of 63 for the Eclipse fans and 59 for these Duo fans. So again, you can see they perform really well. And for the GPU, we have 45 for the Eclipse fans and 48 for these fans. So it's weird how for some reason they call the CPU better than the GPU. I don't really understand why, but that's the way it came up. I did do the test a few times just to make sure, and I kept getting similar results. So that's how we have it, but they are still performing really well. And then we'll go to a CPU intensive task, the Cinebench C20. Just did a quick one run of that. I did this a few times again to make sure the results were right. And again, you can see it's cooling the CPU quite well. 73 degrees for the Eclipse fans and 66 for these Duo fans. So it's keeping it really good temperatures really for such a high intensity task. And then lastly we'll look at the time spy results. For the Eclipse fans, we had 54 degrees for the CPU and exactly the same for the CPU on the Aerocool Duo fans. And then we go to the GPU, we had 45 for the Eclipse fans and 47 for the Duo fans. Again, cooling the CPU better than it calls the GPU in terms of against the Eclipse fans. A little bit strange, but again, like I say, these are performing really well. So that about wraps it up, to be honest, guys. These fans I think are fantastic. If you just look at them, they're absolutely amazing. They look really good. The diffusion of the light's fantastic. The box doesn't really do it justice. So this box here, you can kind of see on the picture, there's hot spots where the lights are, but on the fans themselves, there's not any at all. Not at all. It looks absolutely amazing, and it's a dual loop. So you've actually got one that goes around the inside and one that goes around the outside, and also they're lit on the back as well. They're exactly the same. So they're a fantastic buy for the price. £37 if you're looking at eBay prices for 3 fans that can do a really good job and look this good. Comparing that to the likes of a Corsair fan, you're probably spending nearly £100 for the same amount of fans. So these are a fantastic buy. So I can't recommend them enough, to be honest with you. So that, like I say, that pretty much wraps it up. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you'll keep watching my other videos that are coming, and I hope you'll subscribe if you enjoyed it. And like I say, leave any comments in the comment section below, and I'll get back to you as best I can. Cheers, guys.